the final tonight. And the best team in baseball wins it all in 2018.
For the first hit. Rutschman into right field. Down the line. A fair ball. Adley will turn first. Head for second. He's going to turn second. Go for third. Rutschman into third base standing. An extra base hit. His first hit in the major leagues. Welcome to the...
These are long pitch innings, I think. Blister, that's what you wanted to make sure.
Here's a high fly ball into right. Back his bat's on the move. On the track. He's got catch by Mookie Betts.
Now, Clifford looking for a clean inning here in the seventh.
Hit well out to right center field. Jones still on the move, running out of room, and he makes it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Ballpark. As always, I'm your host, Patrick Moran, alongside Brendan Cunningham. This is the finale of the top 10s. We got top 10 DHs and top 10 players in Major League Baseball to round it out. So it should be an absolutely loaded episode. We're going to talk about some bats that can mash, and everyone loves the homers. Everyone loves just watching guys take some hacks up there. And then, we got the 10 best players in the game right now, which honestly was a little bit tougher just because there's just so much talent in the game. So that's honestly great for baseball, but makes top 10s a little bit harder to construct. But before we get into that, Brendan, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. Baseball is almost back. It's nearly back. It's going to be back on Tuesday with the Cubs and the Dodgers at 6:10 a.m. in the Tokyo Dome. So if you want to get up for that, you can watch some valuable baseball. You can watch some meaningful baseball. So let's clap it up. Baseball is back on Tuesday. That's awesome. We love baseball back. Spring training's cool and all, but we're here for the marathon of 162.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. It's been a while. Let's get back to it.
It has been a while, and let's get back to these rankings. So we'll go DHs. Like I said, we'll save the best for last. So we'll go as always bottom to top. Number 10. Who did you have?
I had Jock Peterson.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting pick. I had Jorge Soler at number 10.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to explain your Jock, or do you want me to do?
I'll go Jock. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like he had a great year. I mean, he actually had his highest average of his career at 275. Those are his numbers. In 132 games, he put up a 2.9 WAR, which is second highest of his career actually. 23 home runs, 64 RBIs, 275 average, OPS plus 151. I think it was a great season. He hit 23 bombs, which is impressive. 270 average for him is very impressive again. He's been doing it a while. We kind of know what Jock Peterson is. He's that lefty bat, and he just, he's gonna hit like 20 home runs. He's averaging to be good. I feel like that consistently is just kind of what gets him on this list. That I had to put number 10.
Yeah, I get that. So I put Jorge Soler. I feel like Jorge Soler had to get in here somewhere, and even though it feels like he's worse than he actually is, he's still a pretty solid DH when it's all said and done. I mean, he was with the Giants and the Braves last year. He posted a 780 OPS, 442 slugging, 338 on base, 241 average. I mean, those are some pretty good DH numbers. In terms of home runs, he hit 21 between those two teams. He had a little bit of a resurgence. His OPS went up 100 points. He had a 749 OPS with the Giants and then 849 OPS with the Braves. And now he's on the Angels because they dumped the contract which, it's not a horrible contract, but it's definitely a little bit more tough to swallow just because, it's not like you're getting any defensive value, but Royce Hilaire is still a guy who can hit, and I think he's going to keep doing that for the Angels. I mean, you can uh, expect him to mash in one way or another, whether it's mashing a little bit or mashing a lot bit. So I think Royce Hilaire has kind of earned his keep as just a decent enough top 10 DH.
All right, so who'd you have number 9?
My number 9, I put Seiya Suzuki of the Cubs. That one.
Ooh, okay. I had
Mhm.
Kerry Carpenter.
Okay, all right. I laugh because of my players coming up. I'll go into Seiya Suzuki first. Let me get the
Okay.
baseball reference page up. Seiya Suzuki, another guy where it's kind of the contract effect where the money feels like it's overpaying for this guy, but at the same time he's still a good player. He had an 848 OPS in 132 games. He hit 21 homers just like Soler. 283 average, 366 on base, 482 slug. I mean, that's a really good slash line. And he's just a guy that can hit. He does a little bit more than Soler. So, but honestly, it feels like they're kind of similar in what they can do. 138 OPS plus for Seiya Suzuki, and it seems like he's got his spot with the Cubs. Excuse me, just because Bellinger's gone, they brought in Tucker. It seems like they're just gonna settle in Seiya Suzuki in the DH spot because he can't really play the field. He's pretty horrible out there. And Horace Soler, I forgot to mention, he's kind of been dealing with some back stuff, and he's also not a very good defender. I mean, none of these guys are good defenders, but especially these two. But Seiya Suzuki, it's just a guy that the Cubs are going to benefit from having in this lineup. He's going to maybe provide some protection to Kyle Tucker, and I think he is a bigger part of this team than they let on.
Yeah, definitely true. So for Kerry Carpenter, he only played 87 games this year. He still put up very good numbers: 18 home runs, 24 average. Another good year after last year, also playing well. I just do think he was a little too injured this year. I know by your reaction, I'm judging you probably had him higher than me. I just think with 87 games and only his third season, I have to get a little leeway there because we don't really know. I mean, we know he's pretty good. He's a very good player. I just like to see a full season of it before I can kind of jump him up in the rankings.
Yeah, that's fair. Number 8, I put Jock Peterson at number 8.
Oh, okay. I
Hmm.
had Christian Yelich.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is interesting. You can do the Yelich
Yeah,
thing.
I'll do Yelich. All right.
Yeah.
Pull up the page. All right. So Yelich in only 73 games. He had 11 home runs, 42 RBIs, 315 average, OPS plus of 151. So the numbers are consistently they are getting better for Christian Yelich. I feel like it's just the 73 games. I want I feel like we all want it. We all want a full season of good Yelich again. Back to that MVP stuff. That's what we all want. If he can play, 140 games of what he just did, hitting 315, he hits 30 home runs, that'd be great. We all love to see that. Love to see Yelich back. I mean, he's definitely back to a good player. Um, I just think the same with Kerry Carpenter. I need one more season, one more full season, hitting 315 again. And, he's a conversation for top 5 in this list.
For sure. I agree. Jock Peterson, a number 8 for me. You had him number 10. Jock Peterson's a really good bat. I mean, I know he's not playing every day. He's a bulk platoon guy, which, I mean, that kind of works to his advantage because it feels like he plays a lot. But in theory, like, he doesn't start against lefties. And any team that has him, has no intention of starting him against lefties. But when you get him against those righties, he can do some damage. And obviously, when you see more righties in the game of Major League Baseball, it's way better to have a lefty platoon bat rather than a righty platoon bat, because in a righty platoon bat's not going to play as much. So in 2024, he put up a 275 average, a 393 on base, a 515 slug, and a 908 OPS. There's a 151 OPS plus. Um, even in kind of a hitter friendly park in Arizona. So that's good for him. You know, he put up a 2.9 WAR this year. He had 23 home runs. This is a guy that can just flat out rake. And if you put him in the right spots, if you deploy him the way he should be deployed, you know, this is a guy where you're getting great value out of this bat. And I think this is a really great bat for the Rangers to pick up and insert into their lineup just to get a little bit more thump. Feels like they kind of had to revamp some things. And Jock Peterson, I think, is a really big part of that. Just kind of bringing in some new faces, trying to change a little bit up while keeping the same core that won the World Series. And, you know, Jock Peterson is just, he's a masher, and he, you know, he's kind of thickened out a little bit. So that's mainly why he's at DH.
Yeah. So number 7 now. Who'd you have?
I put Kerry Carpenter at number 7.
Oh, I'd say Suzuki.
So yeah, I did the same thing as you, except you did Peterson Carpenter 9 and 10 and 9, and then I did Peterson Carpenter 8 and 7.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I was laughing. You did the same thing as I, but just a little bit lower on your list. Do you want to do Suzuki or do you want me to do Carpenter?
I knew Suzuki.
Okay.
Okay. So I know you just talked about him a lot. So I won't repeat all the numbers. I just think, with the average of 283 and hitting 21 home runs, I feel like that deserves a little higher than some other guys. And like I said before, he's playing a lot. He's healthy, which I think is an upside with players. So I just think, at 27 years old, he's a very good player for the Cubs. Like you said, he's kind of finding his spot. Be that guy behind Kyle Tucker. He's definitely a good bat. Like you said, can't really play the field, but it's kind of true with all DHs. They're just gonna hit, and Seizu can definitely do that.
For sure. So you talked about Kerry Carpenter already. Similar story to Jock Peterson. I mentioned before that they kind of do the same thing, except Kerry Carpenter's a little bit younger. He put up a 2.2 WAR this year, according to Baseball Reference. He had a 159 OPS plus, 284 average, so 335 OBP, 587 slugging, 932 OPS. He hit 18 homers in only 87 games. We want to see him healthy. It's another guy where they're not really having him face lefties, which is kind of interesting. They've had him doing that from the jump, which is, an interesting choice because you would think you want to develop him to be able to be an everyday player. And then if it doesn't work against lefties, you just make him that platoon guy. But they had him doing that since day one. But it doesn't matter. This guy's a hell of a hitter, and he's fun. He's exciting. He was part of that Tigers run to the postseason, and even made an impact in the postseason. Did he have a big home run? I feel like he had a big. It was like the one off Class A, I think.
Maybe.
Might have been. I feel like there's a big moment for Kerry Carpenter, in the LDS. But yeah, I mean this guy, another guy. We can say with all these guys, but he can rake, and I think if we can get a full healthy season out of him, we're going to see even better numbers than what he did in the limited sample.
All right, number 6. Who do you have?
I put Yelich at number 6.
I had Stanton.
Oh, you put Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I can see that. I forgot about him. Honestly, now that I think about it, I probably wouldn't have him in my top 10.
You wouldn't?
No. I mean, I know he had a great postseason, and he's like, he has a Hall of Fame case, but I don't know. He's definitely had his issues. He's had his ups and downs. So I think I would just take the, at least above average bat of Jorge Soler over the volatility of Stanton.
Well, I mean, I'll say the reason for Stanton. I mean, I just think, I feel like he turns it up for the playoffs, postseason. I mean, I feel like if you're watching him, it's kind of terrifying pitching to him with his whole stance. I mean, you just get a feeling he's gonna hit a home run. I know he doesn't play a lot with injuries, which is kind of something I've been knocking guys off for. But he still had good numbers, even playing 114 games. And like you said, the postseason I think was so good. He kind of, was the best player on the Yankees team. With Judge not playing that great and Soto was okay. Um, you know, Stan really turned it up, and I feel like he does it year after year. In the playoffs, which is definitely value. A lot of teams look for that, and he definitely does it.
For sure. So you talked about Yelich, another guy you've talked about a little bit already. It's a 2.2 B WAR last year. You mentioned that he had the 315 average, he had the 406 slug, 50 or 406 OBP, 504 slugging, 909 OPS. He hit 11 homers, drove in 42 in 73 games, and I think you put it well that we all just want to see a healthy Yelich. This game is better when Christian Yelich is playing well. He's kind of had his ups and downs ever since the COVID season. And now it feels like, 2023, 2024, he's getting back to where he once was a little bit, not to the same degree because he was an MVP candidate in 2018, 2019, and now the game has obviously changed. So I don't think he'll ever reach those heights again, but I think it's going to be beneficial to him just to be able to focus on hitting, not focus on kind of diving all over the place in the outfield, in a corner outfield spot. Try and preserve his health. His season was cut short last year, I think, due to like back issues or there was something they had to have surgery for. And, now all he's got to focus on doing is mashing for the Spurs team that could desperately use it. And I just hope that he's healthy and I hope that he can play well because it's like you said, the game is better when Christian Yelich is good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so top five. I'm looking at. I think we might have the same five players. The order might be just different.
There's a
So
chance. Yeah.
who's your five?
My five is Kyle Schwarber.
So is mine.
Okay. No, I like the match. I like the match.
You want to talk about him?
I'll pull up the Schwarber numbers. Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber's. This is like a three true outcome. This is what Joey Gallo was back in the day. If you remember Joey Gallo, like 2021, and stuff like that. This dude, he either hits a tank, he'll walk, or he'll strike out. There's kind of no in between. 2024, he had 197 strikeouts. He had at least 200 strikeouts in 2022 and 2023 on a per season basis. But he also walked 106 times, and he had 38 home runs in 2024, and he had 40 plus or 45 plus, I should say, in 22 and 23. I mean, this is the three true outcomes. It feels like he doesn't do anything else. He had a 248 average, 366 on base, 485 slugging with an 851 OPS and a 137 OPS plus, 104 RBIs, along with those 38 homers. And he had a 3.5 WAR as a DH. Obviously, it kind of got deteriorated last year when he had to play left field because I think Harper was hurt and they had to have him out there. And it's interesting, the Phillies' philosophy of putting him in the leadoff spot because, he could just lead off the game with a homer, and that's a whole new aspect to the leadoff spot. Like, it's not the traditional look. So Kyle Schwarber is a fascinating player. I think he's polarizing, but he can also mash, and that's what puts him in the top five.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely been like the definition of a power hitter. I mean, just swinging for the fences these past three seasons. Almost 40 home runs in each of them. And like you said, it's very similar to what we saw with Joey Gallo a few years ago. And you need guys like that who are just gonna hit home runs, and that's what Kyle Schwarber does, and that's okay, and that earns top five.
For sure. And he's also finished top 20 at least in MVP voting in the past three seasons. So that's something to take note of. But yeah, he's very polarizing with his play style. Number 4. I put Marcell Ozuna at number 4.
I also put Marcell Ozuna.
Oh boy. Oh wow. We might have the same top 5.
We might get the sweep at the top 5. All
We
right,
might sweep the top 5. That would be cool. I'll let you have Ozuna. I just did Schwarber, so.
yeah, I mean Ozuna definitely, filled up the stat sheet this year. I mean, played 162 games. He was one of the only healthy players for the Braves. With 39 home runs, 104 RBIs, 302 average, OPS plus of 154. Came in fourth at MVP voting. Definitely the only thing holding back is he doesn't field it, just DH. Because the hitting numbers, I mean, they're all there. He checks every box. It's really it's kind of what Kyle Schwarber's doing, but except, the average is a little better for Marcell Ozuna. He actually hit 300, which is very impressive. Marcell Ozuna was a few bright spots for the Braves. Hopefully he can repeat it, and hopefully this Braves team can be healthy with him playing this good, because then it's going to be scary. Because, he filled it up in the box score with all these numbers.
For sure. It's just like you said, he's more well-rounded than Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber can get on base and slug, but Marcell Ozuna can hit for average, get on base and slug, so he's got a little bit of a leg up there at a 154 OPS plus, and that 925 OPS. I mean, it was like you said, he was the only healthy guy on the Braves in 2024, and he finished 4th in MVP voting. And this was a guy who just flat out raked. I mean, he almost hit 40 homers and he drove in over 100. And that's what he's done over the past 2 seasons. And doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon, even though he's going into his age 34 season. So he may be an interesting person off the field, and we don't need to get into that. But on the field, there's no denying that this dude can just hit. And he kind of kept the Braves afloat when guys like Ronald Acuna Jr. were going down. Austin Riley was going down. I'm sure there's some other names that I'm missing. Ozzy Albies was getting hurt. It was like him and Matt Olson were kind of the 2 steady presences in the lineup, and they were keeping this Braves offense alive, and they kind of dragged him to the postseason. So
Yeah. All right. Number 3. Can we get it?
I think we can. My number 3
right.
is Brent Rooker.
Yep, we got it.
Yeah. Wow. Clean top 5.
Yeah, we don't even need top 2 is definitely the same.
We know the top 2 is the same. Yeah.
All right, well, you want to say Brent Rooker?
Yeah, I'll take Brent Rooker. Brent Rooker was awesome last year. He got actually a contract extension. Let me look that up. Which was awesome for him to get that extension. And this was a guy that was like a former, I think, 1st-round pick, and was kind of bouncing around between the Twins, the Royals, the Padres. Couldn't really find his footing, and he just kind of got that everyday playing time in Oakland because they didn't have anyone better to plug in 2022 or 3 or 1. I don't remember which one, but he just flat out hit, and he forced his way into the A's plans. He got a 5-year, $60 million contract, which is just awesome for Brent Rooker. Seeing him, kind of go from a journeyman to a player with a solid extension, and he deserved it. He fully deserved it. He had a 5.6 WAR as a DH, which is kind of crazy. Over 5.5 wins when you're not even touching the field, essentially. He had a 293 average, a 365 OBP, a 562 slugging, 927 OPS, 165 OPS plus, and 39 homers, 112 RBIs in 145 games. I mean, this is what you want your DH to do. Just hit, and that's what he did. This dude just rakes, and it's fun. And the A's needed a guy like this, and it seems like he is not going anywhere, which is also awesome. I know they could have gotten a haul for him if they wanted to move him, but they didn't want to move him, and I give the A's props.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely exciting that they kept him instead of getting rid of him because, he's part of the future kind of for this A's team. You kind of just be that bat to rely on. I mean, when he hit 39 home runs and 203 average, you definitely take that. So I definitely think the extension was a good idea, and it's proven so. He's definitely top 3 DH in the league.
Yeah. Number 2. I think it's the same number 2. I would hope it's the same number 2. Jordan
Is it?
Alvarez.
Yep, it is Jordan Alvarez.
There it is. Yep. Clean top 5. Because number 1, everyone and their mother should know who number 1 is.
Yeah.
You got Jordan.
Yeah. So Jordan, just like nothing to say. He's been doing it for a couple of years or a few years now. 35 home runs, 300 average, OPS plus 172, 5.4 WAR as a DH. Just mashing numbers. He hits home runs, he hits for average. He can do everything. It's He's just a really good player. I mean, it's a shame that he can't be number 1 because the guy number 1 is just so good. Because Jordan Alvarez really is a really premier player in this league. Astros, he's definitely the best player in the Astros, in my opinion. I feel like he's kind of going to keep him afloat without Kyle Tucker. He's going to be that offense because we know what Jordan Alvarez is. He just hits and very well at a high level.
Yeah, I mean, this is arguably the perfect DH. This dude can mash with the best of them. He's been doing it ever since he came up in 2019, and 2024 was no different. And he's only 27 years old, which is pretty remarkable that he's doing all this. He's built up quite a resume already, and he's still in his prime. He's like entering his prime. So, I mean, you talked about it with Giancarlo Stanton, just the intimidation factor. This dude has the intimidation factor.
Yeah.
You see him walk into the box, you see him get into a stance, and you're scared for your life. And it's not like he's a platoon bat, that he can hit lefties like what feels like equally to righties. And this is the Astros got this dude, and he rakes. I mean, all these guys rake, but there's a new level of rake. We're in the upper echelon of dudes that rake, and Jordan Alvarez is just the epitome of a DH. I mean, he may see some outfield time. Who knows with the Astros outfield situation after trading Kyle Tucker, but there is no doubting this bat. I mean, he was 72% better than league average because we forgot to mention 100 OPS pluses is league average. So, yeah, and Jordan Alvarez is an absolute monster. He looks like a monster and he hits like a monster.
Yeah, it's really a premier bat in the league. So, number 1.
I wonder who number 1 is.
You want to take the lead?
I don't know this guy's name. It was such a tough decision. Like Shohei Ohtani. I don't know. I don't really know who that is actually.
He's new or something.
Well, must be. But jokes aside, yeah, Shohei Ohtani is a clear-cut number 1. I mean, what is there to say about this dude that hasn't already been said like anywhere else? He is just an alien. We talked about Jordan being a monster. Shohei Ohtani's is he from another planet? Do you think he's from another planet?
He might be with how he's playing. It's too good. It's not fair.
He might be. I mean, this dude put up a 9.2 WAR as a DH. He did not touch the field with a glove, and he put up almost 10 wins. That is how good he was with the bat. He had a 190 OPS plus. That is 90% better than league average. He had a 310 average, a 390 on base, a 646 slugging, and a 1036 OPS. This is a dude that went 50-50. He almost went 55-55. That's how good he was. And again, not even touching the field. And he's going to get on a mound. Unreal. He is a 2 or 3-time MVP. He didn't win the MVP in 2022 when he finished second behind Aaron Judge. And the only reason he didn't win it is because Aaron Judge was setting records. But I mean, it's not even fair. I mean, 54 homers, 130 RBIs. It's 38 doubles. 7 triples is also pretty insane. I mean, what can't this guy do? He can do everything. He had half the amount of walks, or he had 81 walks, 162 strikeouts. That's half. And like, he's perfect. He's like a perfect baseball player, and he's gonna pitch, which is just it's a cheat code.
I mean, how could someone hit 50 home runs, steal 50 bases, and throw 100 miles per hour? I mean, that's not that shouldn't be possible.
That's like one of the greatest athletes of all time.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's I don't get it.
I'm like, what else can you add on Shohei?
I mean, he's gonna win MVP again this year.
Yeah,
If he just plays because no one else can compete.
yeah. All he has to do is exist.
As long as he plays, I don't see how he loses MVP. So we're already locking that down for him. So what else can you do?
As long as he breathes air and he shows up to the ballpark, he's gonna win MVP.
He's too good.
Who can compete with what he can do? Nobody. Like, he's like the greatest baseball player of all time.
It's not crazy.
No, it isn't. He's doing what Babe Ruth did in a way more competitive era of baseball.
Babe Ruth barely even did it. Babe Ruth did it for like a couple seasons.
I don't think Babe Ruth did it simultaneously.
No, maybe one season I think he did it.
Maybe. I don't even know. But like, Babe Ruth never saw a role as Chapman.
And did Babe Ruth steal 50 bases?
No. Like, it's just an alien. This is just I don't even think he's from a planet in the galaxy. Like, I think he created his own planet and he came from that planet.
It's like Superman.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it, Superman. So those are the top 10 DHs. Honestly, that's pretty good. We had a clean sweep in the top 5.
I like that.
We
Now we get
like
to the
that.
good stuff though.
We like that. And I don't know. Wait a minute. I think we both had all the players in the top 10.
No, you had Soler, I had Stanton.
Oh, no, we had one miss, but 9 out of the players were the same in our list.
Yeah.
That's pretty spot on. That's pretty good. And even behind the top 5, like it was a little bit interchangeable.
It was.
So props to us. That might be our best list.
I mean, we'll see with this top 10.
Top 10 is going to be a doozy. Let's get into that. Top 10 players. This is no specific position. This is just the best on the field right now. So let's get started. Number 10. This is my only pitcher on the list. I put Paul Skeens, number 10.
And we're 1 for 1 right now.
Oh my! You put Paul Skeens at 10?
I was thinking the exact same thing. You know, I said I'm putting one pitcher on this thing, and it's gonna be Paul Skeens, and it's gonna be number 10.
Dude, I had the exact same thought.
I even put it. You know, I didn't even finish my list, but I just put Paul Skeens at number 10 because I knew he was gonna be there.
I was running through my list, and I'm like, there's gonna be. I gotta put one pitcher on this list, and that pitcher's Paul Skeens, and the pitcher goes to number 10.
It's a perfect spot.
Wow,
There
we put the same player through the same thought process in number 10. That's pretty remarkable.
All right. Well, could we talk about Paul Skeens? I mean, I feel like we just talked about him last week.
I mean, we've kind of talked about all these guys. I mean, Paul Skeens. Well, yeah, we did talk about Paul Skeens last week. So if you want a more in-depth analysis on Paul Skeens, we'll kind of just hit on some of the general points about him. But if you want to hear just kind of more about the stats and us diving into him, go check out the pitchers episode, which should be out the same time this episode's out. It's not up as a recording, but I'll make sure to get it out at some point. I mean, Paul Skeens, like, we've never seen a pitcher like this. This is like the best pitching prospect since Strasburg, and Paul Skeens already on a better track than Strasburg, which is crazy to say. I mean, this dude this is a guy that he picks up pitches for fun. Like, he picked up a splinker just because he wanted to, like, because he felt like it.
It's ridiculous. Paul
It's
Skeens.
ridiculous.
We both agreed was best pitcher in baseball. So it only makes sense he's on this list
Yeah.
because you got to include one pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Paul Skeens, it's
yeah.
just he's too good.
Yeah, I mean, dude's 6'6", 260. He's an absolute ox on the mound. And, he's like the perfect. This is just a pitcher you build in a lab. This is your ideal pitcher you build in MLB The Show. And he's a real human being.
You're just taking the ratings and you're just right flicking on the joystick and all those things in 99.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go in and you strike everybody out. You throw a perfect game.
Yeah. I mean, he had 133 innings, and that's probably going to go up with just the way he trains, the way he, conditions himself. He's also props him. I don't know if we really talked about this in the last episode, but he prepares himself better than anyone else, and I think he's in the best spot in Major League Baseball to be able to survive kind of the era of pitching injuries, just with his conditioning and his routine. So
yeah, I mean, look at the drills he's doing. It's just advanced stuff.
I know he has these equipment. He's rotating his body. He throws a football crazy.
All right, go to number 9.
Number 9.
Who did you have?
Put Ellie De La Cruz, number 9.
Ellie De La Cruz.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a bold call.
Yeah. Who did you have at number 9? I have a feeling it's not the same.
It's not. I had Jose Ramirez.
The 6 for 6 era ends because we were literally 6 for 6. Ellie, do you want to talk about Jose Ramirez, or should I go on Ellie De La Cruz?
I'm gonna guess Ellie De La Cruz. This is a hot take.
You want to hear me out? I know that it was only a 119 OPS plus last year. It was an 809 OPS. It's not underwhelming. I want to preface by saying that these are not underwhelming numbers. These are amazing numbers. But when you put it in the top 10, it's like, why? These numbers don't really compare to maybe other players. But I think the ceiling is through the roof and the tools are through the roof for Ellie De La Cruz. You just watch this guy play, and he is crazy. I mean, he's 6'5", 200 pounds at shortstop. It's kind of similar to a Gunnar Henderson conversation defensively, just because those two can get to things, or they can get to baseballs that most dudes don't get to, and they kind of mess it up when they try to make a throw and they don't eat it. But it doesn't matter. I mean, Ellie De La Cruz, the talent is off the charts, the tools are off the charts, and it may be bold, but this is like the ceiling for Ellie De La Cruz. I think he can honestly be higher. I'm extremely bullish on Ellie De La Cruz, and I think he put up a 5.2 WAR, and these stats are he had an 809 OPS, 119 OPS plus, a 259 average, 339 on base. Excuse me. 471 slug. Those aren't incredible numbers, and he's already putting up 5 wins. So I honestly think he could get even higher up on this list, but for now I think he settles in at the back end of the top 10.
I mean that's definitely a bold call. I don't know if I put it in my top 10, but he definitely, like you said, he got the potential.
He could be like a 30-70 guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely the stolen bases are definitely his trait.
Yeah.
So
and the power.
Ramirez,
He's a huge human being.
Yeah. Big dude.
Yep.
So for Jose Ramirez, I mean, I feel like we know what Jose Ramirez is now.
Yeah.
He almost went 40-40 this year, actually. He had 39 home runs, 41 stolen bases. He's been finishing top 10 MVP for the past 5 years. If you exclude 2019, it's been, since 2017. So he's been finished top 10. So you got to acknowledge that. That's definitely a top 10 worthy in the league right now. Guy who's just consistently one of the best in the game. He does it all. He's got speed. He's a good fielder, power, average, just all around good player. We everyone can appreciate Jose Ramirez. Everyone can appreciate how good he is. He's really top player in the league. He's number 9 on my list. Nothing more to say.
I agree with all your points. Number 8, put Francisco Lindor. Number 8.
Oh, I had Gunnar Henderson.
Whoa. Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna get interesting. Um,
What?
you'll find out later. So I'll talk about, or do you want to talk about Henderson, or did Lindor first?
You can do Lindor.
Okay, let me get the Lindor stats. I mean, Francisco Lindor he had an awesome year last year. This was kind of the peak of his Mets tenure. Um, he kind of struggled when he first came over in 2021, putting up some underwhelming numbers. But then he picked it back up. He turned into the player that he was in Cleveland, and now he's fully embraced the Mets overall. At his age 30 season, he had a 138 OPS plus. He had an 844 OPS, a 273 average, a 344 on base, a 500 slugging exactly. He had 33 homers, 91 driven in. He finished second in MVP, only behind Shohei Ohtani. And some could argue that he should have been MVP just because Ohtani wasn't playing the field. And it's kind of an old head conversation of you should give the MVP to a guy that can, do more. But Shohei is just he's a different animal. And he played in 152 games, and he put up nearly 7 wins above replacement. Francisco Lindor is awesome. Like the glove is pristine at shortstop. He's always been a Gold Glover, no matter how he's done with the bat, whether he's a league average hitter or whether he's an MVP candidate. He can just pick it with the best of them at shortstop, and with the bat as a switch hitter, he's phenomenal as well. This is a loaded top 10 for me personally. So I know that he's finished runner up in the MVP, and that it may seem low to have him at number 8, but the talent is stacked. The talent is stacked in the top 10.
Yeah, I'll let you know I had a little higher on my list, but it's about Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson put up a 9.1 WAR this year, which is very impressive. 37 home runs, 21 average, 4th in MVP voting, behind 3 guys who had really good seasons. And Gunnar Henderson also had a really good season. That's not to diminish his season. 37 home runs, 21 average is very good. It's hard to put any holes in his game. Obviously defensively, he's very good. Offensively, it's the whole package. You get defense and offense in the same player. It's really kind of what you want in a shortstop. It's I'm sure you're very happy about him. And I know you probably have him higher on your list. You can make an argument for that. He's like I said, he does it all. He plays defense and offense. So, and there's really no holes in his game. So, I just feel like at this time, there's just players with more that do things more. So like kind of like Francisco Lindor. So I just had to, number 8's still good. I just think there's more players ahead of him.
Yeah, fair enough. Number 7. I had Jose Ramirez at number 7.
Okay, I had Ronald Acuna Jr.
I forgot about Ronald Acuna Jr. Oh my god, I didn't even include him on my list.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Would you include him?
I probably would include him. I'd probably take De La Cruz out. I just forgot about Acuna because he didn't play last year.
Yeah.
It's tough, but honestly, like there is some uncertainty with Acuna because he's coming off a big injury and he's not even going to be on the opening day roster for the Braves.
He is always injured, but
yeah,
I feel like I have to give credit to what he did last year.
Yeah, oh man,
that was unreal.
Yeah, I'd probably put Acuna in my top 10 if I could do this over again. But you know what? I'll stick with De La Cruz. Even though Acuna is definitely I have no problems with, and even though I didn't have him in my top 10, I fully believe that he is a top 10 player. You talk about Jose Ramirez a little bit, so I'll just breeze over him quickly. You put it well. He's similar to the Yelich conversation. Like everyone likes Jose Ramirez. There's nothing not to like about this guy. I mean, he's been a ball player for his entire career. He's consistently a top 10 MVP guy. He finished 50, almost a 40-40 season, like you mentioned. This dude can just rake in third base, and he can even play some good defense over there, which is pretty cool. He basically drove in 120 runs. 143 OPS plus, 872 OPS. This is just a lovable player. I mean, he's on a fun team that everyone can kind of get behind, and he's a player that everyone can get behind. So, Jose Ramirez, perennially underrated. I mean, if he's he'd be winning MVPs if he wasn't in the American League, but he is. So he's kind of blocked, but he's still a phenomenal player.
Yeah, no doubt there. We talked about Ronald Jr. I just think MVP last year, what he did, he's got me top 10. Even though he might.
I think 2024 would be last year though, so you guys say 2023 now.
That's a good point. So 2023, what he did that year, just gets in the top 10 because that season was too good. Yeah. All right, number 6. Who'd you have?
I got your boy Mookie Betts.
I also have Mookie Betts.
Hey, matching up. Mookie Betts lover versus a Mookie Betts appreciator, I guess.
How can you hate Mookie Betts?
No, I don't hate Mookie Betts. I'm just saying that you've loved Mookie Betts your whole life.
No one
huh?
Can hate no one can
no,
hate Mookie
yeah,
Betts.
no one can hate Mookie Betts. But I'm just saying it's a testament to you because you've been a Mookie Betts fan your whole life.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the spotlight. This is your moment. This is your guy.
I mean, he's pulling up a Hall of Fame career. Just got his 3rd ring.
One of them with Boston.
Yeah, one of them with Boston. Don't forget that. 2018.
Don't forget about it. 2018.
Very good season for him. That was only MVP.
Side note, that outfield was crazy. Betts, Benintendi, and Bradley. That season.
Triple Bs, man. They had it all.
That outfield was awesome. I'll never forget that.
Like I said, he's a Hall of Famer for sure. I think at this point, can you agree with that? I mean, he's consistently been top player in the league. Like I said, the 3 rings as a star player on each 3 teams. I know people might look at the numbers, and he won 116 games, but you might look at them and say, is this guy top 10? And I'm saying yes, because if you look at last year, the year before that, and we played 160 games this year, he's definitely on track to put up good numbers. I just think he was, didn't play the games. He's still at 13th in MVP voting. He was 2nd place last year. So he's definitely deserved top 10. Especially coming off that World Series. I can't stop mentioning it, but he's so good. He's my favorite player. It's a shame he's not in Boston anymore. But I still like seeing him tear it up for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's just a cog in the machine. I agree with everything you said. He's not the most healthy all the time. Like, he hasn't played 162 games in his career, but he's consistently 140, 150-ish. Last year it was like 120. This is a guy who's like, it's like you said. I mean, he arguably could be a Hall of Famer. The resume is really impressive. Mookie Betts. He's going into his age 32 season. It's also impressive that he's been able to move around this much. Like, he's been playing right fielders for most of his career. But the Dodgers have put him at shortstop. They put him at second. He's kind of moving around the diamond. I wish he could stick in right just because I think he's a phenomenal right fielder defensively, but he's willing to do whatever the Dodgers need him to. So that's a testament to him and just kind of being a team guy. But yeah, Mookie Betts is an awesome talent. He's fun to watch. It's hard to hate Mookie Betts. I mean, this is a guy who's been just that dude his whole career, and it feels like he's never been bad. And he very well could be on a Hall of Fame track, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in one day.
And don't forget the drip. He's got the drip.
He's got some drip. That's right. He's got aura.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
he's basically a utility player, which is kind of crazy. You don't see that
That
from
is
star
crazy.
players.
especially like late in their career. Like it's not like he's a young buck.
No, he's a
He's like in his
vet that's
30s, like 20s,
solidified as a good player, and he's still a utility player.
still moving
That's just
around.
who he
Yeah.
is. I love it.
hmm
All right,
It's Mookie
top
Betts.
5.
Top 5. This is awesome. This is the pinnacle. Number 5 had Juan Soto.
Oh, this is bold.
hmm
All right, I had Francisco Lindor.
Okay. I get that, but unfortunately, I felt like the guys ahead of Lindor deserve to be higher. So that's
I
certainly my
just
thing there.
he was a runner-up MVP. Off game was all there. The defense and shortstops and impeccable. The home runs, everything. He was that the heart soul of that Mets team. Um, and he's back to that Cleveland form. I think it deserves, like I said, runner MVP. He's got to be top 5 in my book. Yeah. What about Juan Soto? I mean, his teammate now.
Yeah, that's true. They are teammates now. Yeah, you mentioned a good point. I kind of forgot that about Lindor. Like, just being the veteran, just being at the core of the team. Uh, that was also really important for the Mets in their playoff run. So that's a good point there. Juan Soto, just is arguably generational talent here. Juan Soto. I mean, all these guys are generational talents in my top 5, in my opinion. Um, but Juan Soto, 178 OPS plus in 2024 for the New York Yankees. 989 OPS, 288 average, 419 on base, 569 slugging. He hit 41 homers for the New York Yankees, 109 RBIs in 157 games. It's not the greatest defender in right field. It's definitely subpar, borderline, like not good. But it doesn't matter when you just do the things that he does at the plate. I mean, this is an elite eye. This is some crazy power, and he can hit for average. I mean, the bat is just the bat. It's one of the more perfect bats in the game. It arguably is a perfect bat. So, yeah, I mean, Juan Soto is crazy, and the fact that he's on his 4th team now is even crazier. The fact that a guy like him of his caliber is moving around this much. But hey, he's gonna be settled in with the New York Mets going into his age 26 season. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a Met for the rest of his time in Major League Baseball. So, and clap it up. He's not a Yankee anymore. We're all about
Yep.
the Yankee hate. Chose the Mets over the Yankees.
Love to see it, man.
You'll love to see it as
All
fans
right, number
because we hate
4.
the number 4. Who's your number 4?
I had Juan Soto.
Okay, only one spot off. My number 4 is Gunnar Henderson.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Since you already talked about Henderson, I'll talk about Henderson a little bit. Gunnar Henderson. Where do I even begin? That, as a fan, he's like changed my life. Him and Adley. It's amazing to see those two every single day. I feel incredibly lucky. I feel incredibly blessed that he's on my baseball team. Because this is just, it's an incredible player to have. He had an 893 OPS, 2024, 159 OPS plus, 281 average, 364 OBP, 529 slugging. He had 37 homers on the year. He got off to a really hot start. He kind of cooled off, but regardless, it was still a phenomenal season for Gunnar Henderson. He had that 9.1 WAR, like you talked about, at 23 years old. He's going into his 24-year-old season. He finished 8th in MVP as a rookie, and then he finished 4th last year. So yeah, I mean he's awesome in every single way.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, he's definitely a good player. I just feel like same thing how you felt about Lindor. I just feel like there's guys that are ahead of him. That's definitely no knock on him. He's definitely a great player. I just feel like some guys are better. Juan Soto. I mean, you just talked about him. Highest played player in MLB history and sports history, $765 million man. You said it. That bat's incredible. I mean, walking more times than you strike out is unheard of. I mean, that's just ridiculous. To put those numbers consistently, he consistently does that. That's like his thing. So to do that, 41 home runs, came with third MVP voting. I think definitely, gets him top 10 or top 5 because you don't get that money for no reason. Also, is definitely a special player.
For sure. I think the top three will be the same for the both of us.
Yeah, it
Um,
should be the same 3 in the right order.
yeah, yeah. Number 3, Bobby Witt Jr.
Yep. Right.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a similar conversation to Henderson, though.
Yeah. Um, I just think Bobby Witt Jr. does everything better.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I had Henderson one spot ahead of him. Or no, I had Witt one spot ahead of Henderson. You had him like 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
did. Um,
yeah,
but Witt, I mean,
Bobby Witt, five tool player. You think he's 5 tool?
I would say so. I give him 5 tool.
Yeah, it's
Gloves there,
yeah.
pop, average.
Speed,
You can still see up speed. What else? Arm,
arm.
drop the
Yeah,
arm. He does it
yeah.
all.
He does it all. He does it all at shortstop. It was a 977 OPS and 171 OPS plus for Bobby Witt. He hit 332, which is kind of crazy over the course of a full season. 389 OBP, 588 slug. He had 32 homers, 109 driven in 161 games. I think he finished what? Second in MVP.
Yep.
Behind number 2 on our list. Yeah, I mean Bobby Witt's awesome. He practically is the Kansas City Royals, but this is a generational talent, another generational talent.
Yeah, I mean, this is only like his 3rd year where I put him top 3, which is pretty impressive. For Bobby Witt, Royals definitely got something here. Like you said, generational talent at shortstop, best in the game of the position. Top 3 in the game. One of the best defenders. Like we said, top 5-tool player. So that kind of it for Bobby Witt.
Yeah, and now these next 2, it's pretty straightforward. Aaron
Should
Judge
be the
number
same.
2
Yep.
should be the same. Yeah, Aaron Judge number 2.
And then number
Uh,
1.
Shohei. Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't need to spend much time on Otani because we literally talked about him earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
But Judge, I mean, he had 223 OPS plus. I mean, just to put some perspective here, a 123 OPS plus is really good, and he put a 2 in front of that, which is kind of crazy. This is like he arguably had a better season than his 62 homer season, in 158 games. So he had 1.159 OPS, a 701 slug, 458 on base, 322 average. I mean, like that slash line is better than when he broke Maris's record and he won the MVP again.
I mean, yeah, it's just another 10.8 WAR season from Judge.
Yeah,
This is just what he does at this point. He cranks out 50 home runs and hits 300, 322 to be exact, and it gets you top 2 because those are
does.
amazing numbers. I mean, those are Hall of Fame numbers right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there's any argument to put Judge over Otani?
No, I don't.
You don't think someone can scratch it out? I mean,
No.
could you argue he's a better hitter? You could probably say that.
You might be able to say that. That's a loaded conversation. That's yeah. But I don't think anyone can dethrone Otani number one.
What about just this season, 2024?
2024.
Did Judge have a better 2024 than Otani?
I mean, what? You're just talking about the bat in a vacuum. Probably give the ever so slight smidge to Judge
Oh,
as a hitter. I mean, Judge hit 58 homers.
that is a ridiculous number.
That is that. I mean, I know Otani basically did the 55-55 thing, but you look at the hitter. You look at the singular object that is the bat,
Yeah.
and it might be Judge ever so slightly.
Okay. But overall,
I don't know.
it's
How do you
still
feel?
Otani. I think Judge probably did a better season than Otani.
Better
But
season. Oh wow.
a better 2024, yeah.
I think the bat is slightly better, but I still think Otani had a slightly better season.
I'm gonna give it to Judge.
Like season wise, 55-55, I'm taking that over, 58.
But 322.
Still,
458.
I still, you get the power, you get the speed. You're not getting speed with Judge,
All right.
even though he
But
can hit a little bit better.
top 10 when everyone's healthy. It's Otani all day.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we talked about Otani already in this episode. We've never seen a player like this, and we may never see a player like this again.
I mean, no one's gonna dethrone him because
No.
no one can pitch and hit. No one can do it. So
He's literally the only dude who's on both sides of the baseball.
So as long as we make top 10 lists, he's gonna be number one.
Yeah, he's going to be number one until his career is over.
Or until he stops doing one of the things he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, so he's crazy.
All right. That kind of wraps it up.
Do you think we'll see another player like Shohei? Ever?
I think we will.
We might.
Yeah.
We might be able to.
There's people doing it.
Yeah.
Do you
All
think
right.
it will be from out of this world?
I don't know. I mean, what Shohei's doing is like once in a millennium, it feels like.
I bet we'll find someone who can pitch and hit, but not at Shohei's level.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true.
They can hit 20 home runs and 270 and give you like a 4 ERA, but they can't do what Shohei's doing.
Yeah, I agree. So that does it for the episode. That officially ends the top 10 rankings. We'll do predictions in the next episode, for the divisions and stuff, and playoffs and World Series. We'll just kind of fly through that as the season gets started. Any last thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, I think that's it. Racked up the rankings.
Yeah, a lot of good rankings. I mean, baseball's got a ton of talent, so
Absolutely.
definitely hard to construct these lists and leave guys off of them. But hope you guys enjoyed. Everything you need is in the description. And with that, we'll see you next time.